Nick Schrager takes a look.
Can India catch up with global leaders in artificial intelligence like the US and China? That's the hope for Narendra Modi, with the Indian leader kicking off an AI summit in the global south for the first time, bringing together leading heads of global tech, ministerial delegations and global heads of state and government.
Our nation stands at the forefront of AI transformation, from digital public infrastructure to a vibrant startup ecosystem and cutting-edge research. Our strides in AI reflect both ambition and responsibility.
New Delhi has already welcomed planned investment of a combined $68 billion into both AI and cloud infrastructure through to 2030 from the likes of Google, Microsoft and Amazon. India announced a $10 billion investment 5 years ago to build semiconductors, part of the architecture needed to run AI. While its production levels have lagged behind the US and China, it's still seen significant domestic adoption. The nation had become OpenAI's largest user market by late last year, and the government now wants to focus on the next development for AI, how it can successfully be rolled out in society at scale.
I believe India's positioned well. We have to concentrate our energies. Definitely we can leapfrog. And India is at that inflection point in terms of our entire ecosystem. And the way today's states are competing, I think it's a welcome change for the nation. All of us are competing with each other, and I believe when states compete, India wins.
Artificial intelligence's uptake in India hasn't been without issue. There have been concerns over threats to jobs, from software development to customer services and tech support, issues the AI Impact Summit are meant to address.
So staying on the subject of AI, the Chinese creator of TikTok has promised to restrain its AI video making tool after threats of legal action from Disney.
Yeah, that's the tech company ByteDance. It released a new version of its C-Dance video generator last week, and it spooked movie industry insiders with its eerily realistic clips. But within days, videos featuring AI versions of stars like Tom Cruise and copyrighted superheroes like Spider-Man started going viral. On Friday, Disney reportedly sent a cease and desist letter to ByteDance, accusing it of supplying the tool with a pirated library of the studio's characters. ByteDance told the BBC that it respected intellectual property rights and was taking steps to strengthen safeguards against misuse.
So many countries in Asia are gearing up for the Lunar New Year, and in China, the government is hoping to use the big holiday season to boost consumer spending.
Well, it is the biggest travel season in China, often the only time urban workers can go back home and spend time with their families. The new year begins tomorrow, but mass migration has already begun. This year, the government expects 9.5 billion trips to be made during the 40-day festive season and more than 2 million daily trips during the official 9-day holidays, up 14% from last year, as the period is 1 day longer than usual. International tour operators like cruise companies have increased their services. For those staying at home and receiving guests, it's a time to spend big on holiday delicacies. According to Chinese state media, festive tables have been changing. Chilean cherries, for example, have become a must-have during the season, partly thanks to a free trade deal Beijing forged with the South American country. The government has been working to expand imports, and demand for Belgian chocolate or Swedish baked cheesecake has been on the rise. Amid a housing sector downturn, weak consumer confidence has been weighing on the economy. Last year, GDP grew 5% overall, and so did per capita disposable income, but retail sales grew at a slower clip at 3.7%. To capitalise on the New Year holiday spirit, the government last month launched a massive campaign that includes over 360 million yuan worth of vouchers and subsidies, alongside ticket discounts and other incentives.
And finally from you, a rare Pokemon card has fetched a record price at auction.
Yeah, Monty, it's a Pikachu Illustrator card that has until now been owned by Logan Paul. After announcing the decision on Instagram, the wrestling star live streamed the auction on his YouTube channel, and it went under the hammer for a whopping $16.5 million to financier AJ Scaramucci. The Pikachu card is one of about 40 known to exist in the world. Originally released as a prize in a 1998 illustration contest, it's the only one that has been given a perfect 10 in PSA card game grading. Paul himself bought it 5 years ago in a deal worth $5.3 million, which was a record at the time. Meanwhile, global fine art sales are in a slump, and dealers are looking for ways to expand their market. Many are increasingly turning to the oil wealth of the Middle East. Brian Quinn takes a closer look.
A first for Art Basel, as the iconic Fine Art Fair held its inaugural Middle East show in Doha, Qatar earlier this month. For the region's prominent artists, it's a timely expansion.
I feel there is a kind of like revolutions in the Arab world right now, not just in the Gulf, in the whole Arab world, from Cairo to Beirut to Baghdad. There is a new era about culture, about art.
It's also a financial imperative, as the global art market is in a significant downturn. 2024's sales total, $57.5 billion, was the lowest level since the midst of the pandemic, down 12% from the previous year. In Gulf states, though, the trend is going the opposite direction, with oil-rich monarchies pouring billions into art and culture as they look to diversify their economies by boosting tourism. Abu Dhabi is home to the foreign outpost of France's Louvre Museum. In 2021, it rolled out a plan for $6 billion in investments over 5 years. Qatar's museums report spending about $1 billion per year on art, and Saudi Arabia says its cultural investments have topped $21 billion since 2016.
Here now in the Middle East feels like it's the right time. And so with each turn of the cycle in our industry, we've seen two principal things. We've seen new audiences come to the table and new content.
With trade uncertainty, AI disruption, and geopolitical tension weighing on demand, it remains to be seen if the pivot to the Gulf will be enough to pull the art market out of its slump.
And that's it from the business desk.
Okay, Yuka, thanks so much.